Yuwa Hedrick-Wong. He's Global Economic Advisor at MasterCard Worldwide. Thank you so much for joining us. In terms of, this is one of the first times actually that I've seen the survey.
Yes.
What does it exactly mean? We talk about interconnection and globalization. Does it mean that London, despite the financial crisis, is just more attractive? And why do people spend more here than anywhere else?
Well, to begin with, I think the index tries to provide a different perspective on globalization. We need to look at cities, and everyone now talks about how important cities are, which is true, absolutely true. Cities can shape our lives and our economies and so on. But what we've done is that we take the perspective that what makes cities perform or not perform to a large extent is dependent on how they're connected.
So what, flights? Is it as simple as having an airport that actually brings you to central London?
Not just the airport, because the airport can become a hub. But then on the other hand, people don't, they may use the airport and they continue to go somewhere else. So you have to have the wherewithal, all the necessary conditions to attract people to come and visit and spend money. Now, it's that human dimension that we're looking at.
And so London is now number one. What is the number one, when you look at all the factors, what is the number one criteria that people come? I mean, you could say maybe it's cheaper than it was 2 years ago.
I wish I can tell you there's a single number one criteria. I don't think there is. Different people have different configurations, and London has a very powerful combination of factors. And I think London, of course, as you know well, you're a Londoner, I take it, this rich cultural historical heritage. But layering on top of it is very, very exciting, dynamic, creative industries, new business development, and so on and so forth. And
so people don't only visit it for fun, because we talk, of course, we have the skyline behind you of the City of London, which we talk here about a lot on Bloomberg. And it's not just attracting then companies, it's also tourists.
Yes, of course, it's both. It's both business travelers and personal tourists are here for recreation and so on. But often the two overlap. It's very difficult to be cut and dry about it. As you know well, you go somewhere for business, you stay over for the weekend for personal reasons and so on. And the richer a city has to offer, the more people will find reasons to stay longer.
Let me ask you this. What do New York and Paris lack that London has?
Well, I would argue that London has a network of origin cities that is second to none in the world. I'll give you a very simple comparison. The top 40 origin cities for London contributes about 60% of visitors and about 50% of spending. New York, number 2, you mentioned. New York, the top 40, would have contributed over 80% of New York's visitors and 85% of spending. So London has a very diverse network that sustains London's position, I think, making it very stable and resilient.